Hi, this is number 729. We're just starting your video. You're getting ready to turn and come up center line. As you come up center line, you're a little to the right of it. You turned a little early. You can see that with the letter behind you. And then as you see, she's going to step right into the halt. It looks like your right leg is a little further back than your left. It might help if you bring that forward to engage both seat bones equally. As you come through this turn here, a little more inside leg to help with the bend through her body. You'll see there's some unlevel steps there, and that's going to come throughout the test, unfortunately. You may know about it, but it's going to affect a lot of your comments and scores. As we come into your half circle here, she needs more bend in her body to help her engage that inside hind. But again, she looks sore in that left front, and I think she's a little bit braced against that. As we come around now, you're coming through your turn. This horse looks like she's a very self-propelling horse, so she gets a little tight in her neck. And I think that you don't need to, it doesn't look like you need to ask her to go forward very much. As you come into your right turn circle here, again, it's good bend in her neck, but we need to get her to engage that inside hind a little more. Engage your inside seat bone and your inside hip to help her do that. As you come around for your stretch circle, you want to teach them to seek the contact into a steady connection. See how she grabbed the reins there and then she backs off it. We see that a lot. They grab the reins, they stretch way down, and then they back off. Try and let her just take the rein out a teeny tiny bit at a time and teach her to seek that forward and down. And again, that unlevelness just sneaks up on you there. Because of that soreness in her left front. So now as we come into her lengthening here, it starts out quite good, and then I think you just pushed her past her balance as she comes over center line. Then it gets quick and hurried, and her stride actually shortens. Unfortunately, a little spook there, but that, those things just happen. Here, I think it looks like you sat a little heavy, which made her brace her neck. I think you need to think of taking a deep breath and then exhaling into your downwards, so that you can get her to engage her hind and bring her back up into you. And it's a medium walk, so you can let her neck out a little bit there. As she comes into her free walk, it's the same thing as the stretch circle. She grabs those reins and yanks down and kind of pulls through. And you want to teach her to take those softly, just a little bit at a time, and then watch the tempo, because she got a little quick there and it affects you on the pickup here. You get a few tight steps of almost a jig. A lot of times with those horses, I will circle them and practice that, circling them, going back and forth, and just really making them walk. A little braced in the canter transition in the neck, but not bad. But in this lengthening, it looks like you're kind of driving her with her seat, and she actually drops her back away from you and shortens. And then this is a little bit what happens in the comeback for your 15-meter circle. She gets a little hoppy behind, and that tells me that she's tense in her back. Think of doing a shoulder in, sitting a little lighter to let her back come up to you. Just try it and see how that works for you. As you come around to your downwards transition here at X, again, it looks like you kind of went seat to hand. Think of taking an inhale to let her know it's coming and exhaling as you ask her to come back from canter to trot. Here she has a little bucket your whip, it looks like there, and unfortunately that's going to hit your score, right? I don't know that she needed the whip there as much as she needed you to set her up with a little shoulder in through the corner. And then same thing here, she drifts in a little bit because I think you're sitting a little heavy on your left seat bone. Use the bend here, use the shoulder in on the circle to help bring her back. I think you kind of went to your reins a little and she pulls through that as you come around. A downward was fairly good there. We're going to come into our lengthening. And here it didn't really give you the length you needed. She quickened a little bit. And as you go for your transition downward, we start to lose a little balance. Your reins got a little long there. And that makes you have a hard time getting the connection from your seat to your hand for that. Now we're coming into our half circle here. Again, the bend in the body, the unlevelness shows up, unfortunately. And that's just going to hit your score a little nice and straight on center line. And just make sure she establishes